everybody, it's Cristena from Crafty Stamp Co. Today is day 7 of the 12 days of Christmas, and today we're going to be making a gift card box to hold all of your gift cards that you will be giving out this Christmas. So today we're going to be using Meowy Kittymas, which I absolutely love, and the Whispers of Winter patterned paper. Down below you will find this template for the gift card box. I made this I made it in 2012 when I was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So there's a little fun fact about me. So I love this little kitty from the Meowy Kittymas. He's just the cutest. I love all of these stamps. It doesn't matter which one it is. And then we're going to be using, since it's a gift card box, we are going to be using the Whispers of Winter, and I'm using the pattern that has the gifts all over it. If you have not seen this paper yet, this paper is really pretty. It is probably my favorite paper from this year. Actually, we've released a lot of paper this year, but this is one of my favorites, and I've been really excited to use it. It reminds me of kind of like the Norman Rockwell covers for the New Yorker that you used to see a long time ago, or just some of the old Christmas movies. I really like it. Here's the other side where you see some solid papers, and we have some white snow and some blue snow, but we always try to put some solid papers in there as well, because sometimes you get a pattern paper and it's so hard to find any colored cardstock that matches. So we do try to put some solid bits in there for you too. And if you haven't been with our company for very long, or you just found our brand, we do, with all of our paper, we have these little pockets that comes with our paper so that you have something to keep it in and you don't have to deal with the cellophane packaging. So, and it's just nice to keep all of your scraps in these little storage pockets. So we hope you enjoy that. So let's go ahead and let's get started with our little gift card box. This cherry cobbler cardstock is 10 1/4 by 6. There's a couple different ways that you can actually make this little box. You can either print out the template directly on your cardstock and cut it out, or you can print it out on a piece of copy paper and then trace around it. I prefer to do it this way just because it's the way that I'm used to. So I'm going to score at 1/2 inch and at 1 inch, and then 5 inches and 5 1/2 inches. Now I'm going to turn it to the long side, and I'm going to score at 2 5/8, 3 5/8, 4 1/4, 5 1/4, and then I'm going to score at 8 and at 8 1/2. So 8 and 8 1/2. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut out the panels that we don't need. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that it matches my template. I'm going to move that down so you can actually see it. Make sure I'm on screen there. Zoom out a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and cut out all the way up to that second large section. So I'm going to go from this large, small, 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 large, up to that second large section. And you want to make sure you have your large section on the bottom so that that will actually work out correctly for you. And then I'm going to cut out the top 2 sections there. That way it'll match my template. So now I need to go ahead and corner these off. Again, just making sure I match the template. Move all of this out of the way. So now we need to make sure the top is nice and round. I mean, you can leave it square if you like, of course, but I'm just going to take my pencil and I'm going to trace around that. And then I'm going to cut that little pencil mark off. So I'm actually cutting right on the pencil mark. So now that we have all that done, we can start decorating it. So I have a few pieces here, and I want to make sure that they go the right way before I actually put them down, because you can tell this one's the back, and then that bottom one on the very left side is going to be the front. So I'm going to put my front little flappy panel on. If I don't stop, I just kept sticking to the paper really bad. So I'm going to put that one on, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring it around to make sure my boxes are going the right way. And if you have a printed pattern paper like this, you always want to make sure your pattern is going the right way before you nail it down with some glue. Because I have done that so many times that I have learned my lesson. And sometimes I still get too excited. So this is the back side. So go ahead and put that on there. And then this little tiny one, and all these measurements will be down below for you in the description. This one's 3 1/4 or 3 3/4 by 3/8. See, and this is why I put everything down below. And that other little template, I actually cut it apart, but I had fun because I put this little box there, but you can still see that the bow is on the top. So it all kind of goes together. So I'm going to go ahead and burnish this, and I'm just going to do all the edges. Make sure I get everything, every little tiny bit done. Make sure it all goes together. And see, now you can also, there's that inside parts that you can also put some patterned paper on. So go ahead, I got one more. Make sure everything is done. So that will just glue to the back, and that's kind of how it's going to go, is just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put some pattern paper in the back. That way you have something nice and cheerful when you open up your little box. This piece will go on that very first because it needs to go right there, because the other one is going to be glued against the back. So see, just like this. So that'll go to the back, and then it'll fold up. And then this piece you can put a little piece of white paper on, which I decided to do when I was making the video. But you can write something on there, you can put a sentiment, or you can do whatever you want. There is going to be 2 little holes right there, but there is enough room right there to, you could put, how much how much is on the card, or, happy birthday, Merry Christmas, whatever you're making the little box for. And I just did that the same size as the front panel, which was 3 3/4 by 2 1/2. And I'm just going to put that right on top of there. So that will get glued to the back, but we need to wait to do that because we need to do our holes now. So you can see that there's holes on there. I'm just going to go ahead and use my pencil to put where the holes need to be cut out at. Make sure it doesn't move like it just did on me. You might want to use some washi tape or something like that to hold it still. But now I'm just going to use my crocodile to go ahead and cut those little holes out. And I actually used the one that was a little bit too small at first. So I'm doing it again with the bigger hole now. And then this one, though, I'm going to use the smaller hole because I don't want it so big that it goes right over my score line. And I'm just cutting out both of those. And then I'll use the big hole again for the front panel, if I can see what I'm doing. That always does help. So now you need a hobby blade, and I'm going to use my hobby blade and my ruler to make sure my line is straight. And I'm just going to go from the inside of one punched out hole to the other. I'm not going to go all the way through the hole. We just want a little slit so the card will hold on. We'll go through and sit into the box. Now we can go ahead and glue that back panel, or that little back piece there that's going to go to the back panel. And now I'm going to use some liquid glue for the sides. So I'm just going to put it on the very bottom corner. And then I will put my finger in the bottom just to put some pressure on it and hold it. So what I did is that very bottom corner that is cut where the score line is, I just matched that up to the other score line that's right there at the end of the paper. And now I'm going to do the same thing right here as well. So that corner to the score line. Let me go ahead and zoom in real fast so you can see what I'm doing. So that corner to that score line. And that'll help you to keep everything nice and straight and make sure that everything works properly. And I'm just going to use my bone folder to push that down a little bit. And our box is done. All we have to do is decorate it now. So you can see this is just an old dummy card. It's expired, so don't worry. But now you can see what it looks like to put a little card in there. And see, or you can put it in the bottom if you're having a problem getting it, to go in the other way. So I've got this ribbon, and I love this ribbon very much. When I made this video, this is pre-recorded and I'm doing a voiceover, you all know this, but I started out with a bow. For some reason, my OCD got a little bit of the better of me, and so the end product and the picture that you saw at the very beginning does not have a bow because I could not get it straight. It was bothering me that bad. So if you want to go ahead and tie a bow, that's all that I had planned on doing. So you just pull it through the holes, just like you're lacing up your shoe, and then you tie the bow. And then you can decorate it however you want. But you guys are pretty smart. I know that you guys have this, and I know that you can decorate it. The only thing I used was Meowy Kittymas, and I just figured out where I wanted to put everything and decided how it should be. So you guys have got this, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 8. Bye everybody.